We have Ben Gaines here who's going to show Project Perfect Context. Ben, show me what you
Ben.
got.
All right.
Look at you. Wow, I love your shirt.
Thank you for noticing. I wasn't sure anyone was going to notice. Thank you.
From Elliot's tattoo to Ben's shirt.
That's right.
Amazing.
That's
You're going to
right.
hear from my lawyers.
I'm going to take that chance. We've got many lawyers out here. Hopefully we're going to be okay.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, hey, Adobe Summit. You've heard a lot about data so far this week because data is at the heart of everything that we do. But what about the data that we don't have in Adobe Experience Platform today? What about that real-world business context? Super important and affects buying decisions a lot. And let me show you exactly what I mean. Ken, how did you decide when and where to take your last vacation?
Well, I'm an idiot. My wife just told me where to go. But I don't know if you can harness the hoe, yes, that's her last name, into a hard drive. But I'm all ears, Ben. Harness the hoe. That's her last name, lawyers.
That's a good project name. We should rebrand this.
Yeah, we should rebrand it, Harness the Hoe. I get 80%.
So it wasn't just a creative and a placement. There was more that went into that decision. And what if you had that insight available in Adobe Experience Platform and integrated into the Data Insights agent so that you could get answers to questions that expand beyond the data that you're collecting directly from your brand experience? That's Project Perfect Context. So for this example, I'm going to be a marketer with Luma Airlines. And we've got this campaign that we're running in Adobe Journey Optimizer for a route from Philadelphia to Grand Cayman. It's a very profitable route. We have a lot of inventory. So we want people to book this flight. So I've got this campaign running. I'm going to come into AI Assistant, and I'm going to ask, how is this campaign performing? And it's going to go query Customer Journey Analytics through the Data Insights agent and bring me back and answer right in line in AI Assistant. That's already super cool. But my campaign is underperforming, which is not super cool. So I want to take a look at the data that I've got. I can bring in Analysis Workspace right into this experience, and I can see what I've got here. And what I've got is a lot more data that tells me what happened, but doesn't give me any clues as to why, what might have been going on in the world that could cause that campaign not to resonate as much as I would like. So I'm going to go back to AI Assistant and ask it to explain why. And when I do that, I meet Project Perfect Context. Project Perfect Context, with just a few clicks, is going to let me connect to external data sources that describe the world around my brand. I can bring in competitor intelligence. I can bring in world economic data, macroeconomic data, weather data, super important, of course, for airlines, Adobe Digital Price Index. I can bring in social media data. And with just those few clicks, those are going to be added to my data sets. But that's not all. I can also bring in data that's internal to my company. So I've got here some jet fuel prices, my product release calendar. These are right here on my desktop. I can drag those in. I can connect to code repositories, my bug tracking system. All of that can be brought in right into the Data Insights agent in Adobe Experience Platform and Customer Journey Analytics. So I've got all of this data now. It's ready to go. I'm going to hit save. And now that has become part of this model. And now when I interact with the Data Insights agent anywhere in Adobe Experience Platform, I've got this context. Now, before I ask it to give me an actual answer, let's take some guesses. What real-world factors might have been going on that would have kept people from wanting to go from Philadelphia to Grand Cayman last month?
Weather, right? Weather?
Sure, weather's always a problem, yeah. Eric, you have any thoughts?
You know, there was a pretty big game last month where the Philadelphia Eagles did quite well. And maybe we didn't have it.
Yeah.
Fly, Eagles, fly!
Eric never misses an opportunity, ever. Never misses an opportunity. Yeah, and maybe people had used all of their money to bail their friends and family out of local Philadelphia jails. That's, you know.
Hey, don't worry, Ben. I'll take care of it, Eric. Don't worry.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
All right, let's ask the agent again. We're going to retry the request, and this time we get real insight that's going to be super powerful. So it came up with 3 possible causes that could have affected customer decisions here. Competitor intelligence. So there was a competitor airline that was running a similar campaign for the same route but undercutting me on price. That's going to, of course, take some people away. Unemployment was up in this data set. So people are going to be less likely to take these leisure trips to Grand Cayman. And we had a bug in our Android app in the booking flow. So some people who wanted to book with us weren't able to do so. All of these are great reasons. And this isn't all. I can add this to my analysis workspace project so that from now on, whenever I come back to this view, this context is a part of my reporting. I can always remember what was going on that affected that campaign. My colleagues can come in and access this. Anyone who's ever worked with data knows how powerful this is, to have that business context surrounding the data that you're collecting in Adobe Experience Platform. The last thing I'm going to do is go back to Adobe Journey Optimizer, and I'm going to take a recommendation from Project Perfect Context and change my campaign. So now I'm going to run it on a route from Philadelphia to Aruba that competitor doesn't serve. They just don't fly that route. So they can't undercut me on price there. Next month is going to look a whole lot better thanks to Project Perfect Context. Thank you.
Awesome.
Wow. Woo. The perfect sneak for the perfect context for the perfect shirt. Ben, you are perfect. Well done, my friend.
I will
Well
never
done.
forget being called perfect by Ken Jeong.
Yes, thank you. And please
Thank
don't
you,
look
Ben.
me in the eye ever again. Thank you so much.